You're over there. Rob squared.
Oh,
shit. I'm out of whack here.
What are you doing here?
Well, doing the third in a row here. Hopefully we can hammer this one out faster than an hour and 45.
It definitely will.
You know, recaps are longer than previews, right?
Definitely will be. These are just little nuggets, I think.
I can't predict each snap share from every player here.
Yeah. No, this
Will Dissly is going to play 44% of the snaps.
Yeah, Anthony Schwartz.
What team's Will Dissly even on? Seahawks?
And the thing is, like, if you get an offense that has, like, 5 or 6 relevant players, it's just a long list.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to go through game by game here, just kind of go with the odds are, over, under, fantasy players we like, what we predict, just kind of
we're not necessarily betting on all of our picks.
No.
These are going to be more leans and things we're looking out for.
So first game we have here, Bengals at Bears. Close to home here.
Yeah.
Right down the road.
Yeah.
Walking distance.
Oh, well.
Forrest Gump could run there.
I think if you started walking now, you might get there in time for the game.
I can beat that. Forrest Gump ran across the country 3 times, bro. That's in a movie.
Bro, that's a long, long walk, and there's no clear path there.
It's only 30 miles.
You're definitely stopping in a hotel at least once or twice.
I walked from St. Charles to Elburn.
Yeah, okay, that's
7 miles.
But that's just down 64. Like, all
right, this has nothing to do with the goddamn game. Let's go.
How would you get to Chicago?
I don't know.
Like,
all right, Bengals
290.
Bears.
You're gonna walk down 290.
Bengals Bears.
So
good call.
Yeah. So with this, to me, my early lean. What's the over under?
Let's see. Bears minus 2.5. Somehow they're favored because they're at home. Over under 46.
46.
So not predicting too high scoring of a game.
Okay. Yeah. So real quick, my initial when I first hear the game, my initial thoughts are curious to see how Joey B is going to do. I think the Bengals will win this game straight up.
Yes.
The 2.5. If you're going to bet on the Bengals, forget that 2.5.
Take the money line.
Take the odds.
Unless they get up to 3.5, take the hook.
Take the percentage. The over under. I'm not sure. I don't know if you have an opinion on it.
No, that's a really arbitrary number.
I'm curious to see how the receiver share plays out in Cincinnati too.
Tyler Boyd will have a bounce back.
I'm thinking
for sure.
That's what I'm curious to see. I'm not going to predict it, but my lean, maybe a little sprinkle on Bengals money line, over under. My lean's over. Don't have a strong feeling. Want to look to see how. Really, my curiosity is to see how the Bengals offense plays.
All right, next game: Texans at Browns.
You don't have anything.
Well, my thing would be I think Allen Robinson will have a bounce back.
Good.
That's a pretty easy one to say.
Sure.
Bengals defense really isn't great.
Yeah.
Thielen went off. They kind of held Jefferson in check, but
yeah.
They're going to try to give Allen Robinson the ball.
Cool.
Nothing else really.
Just staying away from everything else.
Pretty much.
You don't have to bet every game, and like I say,
right.
I'm gonna have my leans. All right, this is my gut instinct.
We'll lean on everything.
I don't. Yeah.
So Texans at Browns.
Yep.
Browns minus 12.5, over under 48. So they're expecting a spanking. Okay. 12.5, 48.
So what is that? What's the imply? I'm curious.
So they're kind of implying the Browns are going to win 28-14.
Yeah.
Right, that'd be 52. So 20. No,
25 to fucking 13, 12,
yeah,
whatever.
Like that, yeah.
All right, so they're not expecting the Texans to score more than 2 touchdowns.
And the Browns are coming off a loss that they could have won. They should have won against the Chiefs. They're going to beat up on them pretty bad.
Last minute and a half.
I like the Browns. I mean, with the line even, I like the Browns.
That's not something I would touch.
Here's the thing:
I think that's way too high of a total for a team that's 1-0 against a team that's 0-1, regardless of the teams.
So here's the thing: is the Texans beat the fuck out of Jacksonville.
Okay.
What if the Texans had gotten their ass beat by Jacksonville? What would this line be? 15.5?
It may be, yeah.
Right? But in my mind, the Texans are the same team they've always been. Jacksonville, just Urban Meyer wasn't prepared.
I don't... Thinking about it.
Are they decent?
Well, no. I'm not even saying that. I don't know what they are because I don't... I think I was listening to Tyrod Taylor on the Pat McAfee show. Mm-hmm. They signed 33 new players.
Yeah, right.
So
the whole team is new.
My point is it's not the same team. The only thing that's same is Brandon Cooks and Deshaun Watson. And
But-
one of those guys aren't there, and the other guy's catching 130 yards.
But the thing is that these 33 guys, they're all pretty bad. They beat up on a college team officially, dude. Urban Meyer.
But all I'm saying is that 12 and a half is too early for a team that won their very first NFL game. Yes, I expect the Browns to do well. I'm not going to touch that one with
It's a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that
A lot
one.
of points. Fantasy takeaways.
Chubb,
Hunts,
Hunt.
they'll both score a touchdown. Landry will probably catch a touchdown.
Landry's interesting. I think Schwartz is interesting.
Hooper is a deep tight end, might catch one. In terms of the Texans, stay away from everyone but Cooks. And
100. Yeah, Cooks. Yeah, if you have them, yeah.
I would even stay away from him because they're going to start doubling him because that's all they have. And the running back situation is a gross three-headed monster.
I think until further notice, Cooks is the only reliable fantasy starter.
Those of you that are going to start Mark Ingram because he had 26 carries last week, don't do that. That was against the Jaguars. They're never getting that. All three running backs scored a touchdown. My
point to the Mark Ingram thing is he had 23 carries or whatever it was. I don't know how often Houston's going to have a game script like that where he can.
They're not going to have 23 team carries.
That's that's my point. Is like they're not going to have the game script to allow for 23 carries for an individual, let alone the team maybe. So.
All right, Rams at Colts.
Yeah.
Rams minus 3.5, over under 48. My first lean is the Rams. Colts look bad.
What was the
3.5? At Colts though.
Yeah.
Colts look bad. I don't even know what to make of the Rams because they look good, but they also played the Bears.
Yeah, the way they score. Would you agree that it seems like it was too easy? Like even for regardless of how good any team is, it's never that easy.
Shouldn't be. Yeah.
Where they're 40-yard pass, guy gets
players,
untouched,
dude.
walks in the end
Van
zone.
Jefferson.
40-yard pass, there's no one within 15 yards. So that is probably something I'm not going to touch, but
if it was Rams minus 2.5, I'd bet a lot of money on that. You know what I mean? Like at one point, it makes a difference.
Yeah. I think the Colts are much better than they played the first
they're
week.
better. I wouldn't say much.
They're going to win the division.
Yeah,
is my opinion.
Easy to say after the Titans sucked. Fantasy takeaways.
Both 0-1. Houston's in first place, and you're going to bet against them.
Well, I don't really know many fantasy takeaways here. Obviously, you're starting all your studs. Jonathan Taylor start. Receivers in the Colts. Michael Pittman played a lot of snaps. He didn't do much.
Nyheim Hines.
Dak Pascal is apparently the best receiver in the league. He had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Nyheim Hines, I love in this matchup. Love it because you're not going to be able to run the ball on the Rams traditionally.
Yeah.
And he played 46% of the snaps last week, so that might get ramped up a little bit more. Have to throw more. Probably going to be losing.
You know what? I'm going to make a bold call here. For some reason, the more I'm thinking about it, I think the Colts are going to
You're going to win?
Fuck it. My lean's Colts win, money line.
Ooh.
They're the underdogs, right?
Do a little Kappa dance.
Rams
do the dance like you do.
Rams are favored by 3.5.
Yes, they are.
So I'll say, all right. No, here actually, let me rephrase it. My prediction is Wentz has 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Ooh, whoa! This guy over here with the A's and the O's.
Because I think if he doesn't, then the Colts might be in. So if he doesn't get close,
We're not gonna be able to run the ball much.
Yeah. So I think that this is a game. It's hopefully a get right game for Wentz.
Right.
Hopefully for the Colts.
Get a little healthy. All right, Bills and Dolphins. Already covered this one. Right here it's saying minus 3.5, 47, but we just saw on DraftKings 20 minutes ago it's 3. Either way.
Well, it's going to fluctuate.
Yeah, Bills.
I think it's only if you like the Bills, I think now is the time to grab them.
Yeah, it's going to go up to 5.
It's not going the other way.
No,
it's not going.
Bills going to crush. I see Josh Allen having a pretty big game.
Yeah.
Probably his only big game of the year.
Yeah.
Tua, not a good matchup for him. Well, they are getting Will Fuller back. Crowd up that. Myles Gaskin.
Yeah. The funny thing about Will Fuller, that was the OC or the head coach. Like, yeah, we don't know how we're going to use him yet.
Right.
So it's.
They don't know what position they're going to play him at.
The thing is, he's a deep threat, and
Tua can't throw deep.
Well, they have the best shot putter in the league. So.
Yeah, well, he plays lacrosse. For him, he's a shot putter. For me, he's a lacrosse player.
Okay.
He's not a football player.
Yeah. Well, I think if he can get how the shot putters spin 3 times.
Yeah.
If the Dolphins' offensive line can protect him long enough to do the 3 spins,
right?
I think Will Fuller might have a big game.
Bold take right there. All right, Patriots at Jets. Another one we covered in the last show. Patriots minus 5.5 over under 43.
Division games, so
yeah. And so we're both going to take. Well, they're both 0-1.
Actually, we should emphasize these are bets we've made.
Yeah,
because we're leaning. Well, we in the last video.
Yeah, well, they better have watched the last video, motherfuckers.
But if you didn't,
we both bet on the Bills.
Go do it,
minus
please. 3. And 2, we took the Bills, laying the points, giving the points minus the 3.5, and we're taking the Patriots.
I'm not. He took the Patriots.
Excuse me, I took the Patriots.
Yeah. So fantasy wise, Damian Harris smash. I feel like the fumble, we'll see. But this isn't a James White game because you're going to be winning. You don't play James White when you're winning. You play your fucking...
Again, this is I'm really curious to see how Damian Harris does.
Right, how he responds, how Belichick treats it.
I mean, he had 20-some carries and 100 yards or whatever. No tutties and that fumble. I'm not necessarily worried about how Belichick plays him, but I want to see... Let me see you get in the end zone.
Right.
This is the team. This is the game to do it.
Yeah, this is a game that they run it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Really, the Jets, there's nothing fantasy relevant. Corey Davis, that's about it. I feel like the Patriots.
Jamison Crowder is coming back. That might be somewhat because he's the PPR monster when he's healthy.
And they're probably going to give Corey Davis some shadow coverage. Belichick knows he's a decent player.
Yeah.
Best player they have, at least.
So, with the Jets offense, 100% wait and see.
I suppose maybe see how their running back room shakes out.
Yeah.
Because right now it's Ty Johnson, it's Tevin Coleman, who is supposed to be the starter. Tevin Coleman played 26% of snaps. And then Michael Carter. So it's a three-headed fucking...
Between the Carters, who would you rather have on fantasy right now?
Who's the other Carter?
Ty and Michael.
It's Ty Johnson.
I'm sorry. Ty Johnson.
Ty Carter?
Ty Carter.
I'd rather have Michael Carter. Because I'm looking long. I'm not starting either of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking end of the season.
Okay.
Or mid-season, just not now.
Yeah.
You're starting Ty Johnson. Actually, I might have to start him in both team. Shit. Well, I got Derrick Henry, though. So.
Yeah.
Anywho's, next game. 49ers at Eagles. It's a pretty good one here.
It's interesting.
Both teams are 1-0. Niners are -3 on the road. Over-under is 49. Pretty generic right there. Better team, laying 3. Eagles looked really good last week, though. So, I mean, if the Falcons aren't total trash, that means the Eagles are pretty good. Right? Because they made them look fucking terrible.
Yeah.
So, there's a chance that the Falcons win 3 games this year, and then this game we're just like, oh, they beat up on a bad team, right?
Yeah.
But if the Falcons end up winning 7 games, looks like a good win.
Yeah.
They were on the road, too.
I heard I can't remember the head coach, Nick something.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, for the Eagles, right? Yep. Apparently he's kind of I don't know.
Psycho?
I guess he was described as like soft-spoken. He's not, people don't describe him as a vocal leader.
So the opposite of their other fucking clown.
Yeah. So my point is that a lot of talking heads said, well, I don't know if he's head coach material. I don't know if he can do it. I don't know. But here's a lot of the beat writers in Philadelphia talked about how pregame Sirianni became super emotional, was crying, saying, hey, you guys are my family, blah, blah, blah. And he said that the individual that was saying it, I can't remember who it was, he was saying that that's all fine and dandy. You don't have to be a Belichick where it's like no emotion, business. You can be emotionally involved, but the veterans have to buy in. And the veterans did buy in, and it showed on Sunday.
It's like a Pete Carroll move.
Yeah. My concern, that's great, but can they carry that over another week?
Right.
Because I think the Niners are one of the better coach teams in the league.
That's for sure.
Where the Falcons were coming with a whole new coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
And
first-time head coach.
Without Julio Jones for the first time in a decade.
Yeah.
Without...
Emotional letdown there.
With Mike Davis in the backfield. I mean...
and Cordell Patterson.
Yeah. So, my thinking is, all right, let's see what the Eagles, if they can do it again.
Home opener for the Eagles, by the way, which means something for... Certain teams, it doesn't matter because they don't have fans.
Yeah.
We know damn well Eagles, Bears, Steelers, these teams... They're intense fan bases, right?
As long as you're doing well.
Well, right.
If the Eagles start doing bad,
they
could
booze, baby.
It's going to flip the opposite way. Now they're on the road at home.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
let's see. Takeaways fantasy wise. Big question mark. 49ers backfield. Raheem Mostert out for the year.
Yeah.
So,
the biggest free agency pickup in
the number 1 waiver guy, Eli Mitchell.
Yeah.
Last week was kind of out of necessity because they didn't have Sermon active.
But now
for game day. So now I'm assuming there's no way they're not going to have Sermon active. What his role will be is not quite certain.
Sure.
They're going to probably bring him in slowly, but they still have Hasty. Like, it's going to be just a 3. I don't know. I wanted Eli in a few leagues. I just don't want to use a number 1 waiver claim on him because I feel like it's a 3-week Band-Aid. Sure. And Sermon's their guy. You know what I mean? If anything, they might bring someone in.
That was the preseason thought, but he was inactive week 1.
It's because he didn't play special teams, though.
That's fine.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and they had Mostert as a starter, and they were just going to ride with Mostert, which is crazy. Like,
so they were expecting to kick off a lot against Detroit.
Yeah. Well,
they did.
They did. That's cool. Thing. All right, Eagles-wise, skinny legs. Can he do it again?
Let's see if Hurts can do it again.
Can Hurts do it again? Miles Sanders, can he maybe not get a touchdown vulture?
Is Gainwell going to be flex-worthy for the rest of the year?
Right. We'll see. Is Boston Scott making an appearance?
Is Jalen Reagor going to have 5 or 6 catches?
Yeah. Is Zach Ertz done?
So the bottom line is there's a lot of questions on Philly, and this is a prove-it game for him. And this is 49ers almost fell apart last week at the very end. They lost their top safety, or top corner, Verrett, I believe his name is, for the season. Already starting with that stuff, so let's see. This is a interesting game.
All right, Raiders at Steelers. Right up your wheelhouse on a couple different aspects.
Yeah,
here.
well, heavy fade and.
Yep, and then Steelers are -6 over under 47.
Yeah.
So, Steelers are home opener for the Steelers, I believe. Yes, because they were at Bills. So again, another one of those fan bases that aren't quite as negative as Phillies. You know what I mean? They're back on their team. They may boo Big Ben, though, if he played like he did in the first half.
Well, the thing is, the Steelers have had like 2 decades of success, so it's difficult for them to be
Have they ever had a chance to boo?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
maybe Plaxico Burress they booed, or
not even because he was already in jail.
Right. Like they showed up to the jail to boo him.
Maybe that would be a loyal fan base, and that you're right. That is an advantage.
Yes.
That type of loyalty.
Martavis Bryant, I think they might have booed. Kind of knucklehead.
Yeah, he was too high to notice.
He was fucking blazed as shit, bro. Imagine if they had a team with him and Josh Gordon on the same team.
Gordon's coming back, man.
Bro.
You hear about that?
All they'd be doing, every practice, they're both late, coming out of the car, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the co-workers that are always late together.
Yeah.
They just come and blaze as shit. Like,
you used to
car trouble, man.
That reminds me when we used to play backyard football all the time. There'd be a few people that would, smoking a blunt and show up.
I'd be one of them, yeah.
Oh,
or in basketball, export.
Yeah.
They're always the last ones in.
Not me. I never smoked before sports.
I was always high, yeah.
No.
I'd be high as fuck wearing my Grateful Dead shirt or something, tie-dye and
Or Schnee with his Jeep with the big bass.
Oh my god.
Boof, boof, boof.
All right, so obviously he's going to take the Raiders in this game.
I don't say the obvious. I mentioned Spreekle.
Well, they're getting 6 points too, so that helps.
Yeah, and I think that might go up to 7. So the safe bet to me is if you want to wait and see if it goes up to 7.
Yeah.
But if it stays right around at 6, I'm betting money line.
There you go. Takeaways, can Darren Waller get 20 targets again? Probably.
I'm not counting on it.
No, but I'm pretty safe to say he's in that 10.
That 10 catches. Yeah. 10 catches for 100 yards. I don't care how many targets it takes. If it only takes him 8, that's fine.
8 targets, 10 catches. He's so good he can do that. Henry Ruggs, can he actually play some football? Let's do it, please. Please.
Get physical.
On a serious note, though, Josh Jacobs hasn't been practicing. He limped off the field multiple times, had to switch shoes.
Yeah.
He's got an ankle and turf toe.
Did you see the
not good,
on Yahoo? Did you see the update for him? He missed. It was Wednesday. You know how they do. Missed Wednesday's practice. Toe. Wednesday's practice.
Yeah.
It was Josh Jacobs misses Wednesday's practice. Everything. It literally said everything.
That kind of reminds me of when in basketball when the OKC was just resting all their guys that was decent because they wanted to get a better draft pick, and they'd have a tank commander. They start off with tanking, like instead of like injury or resting, they say tanking.
Yeah.
As a joke, Roto World would be like tanking. That's why he's sitting out.
Yeah.
Like when Shea Gilgeous did it, or like one of their better players, it was Tank Commander. He's the commander of the tanking. They're like, nice. He cannot play. And even like the 7th guy, or the 8th guy, the 3rd guy off the bench, like a no name. With OKC, it's a bad player.
Yeah.
If he would go off for 22 points when Shea was out, they'd then sit that guy because they're like, you played too well. We almost won that game because you scored 26 points. You're sitting down.
You know what I don't understand? If someone is, if you're trying to tank, and someone has so much fight, they want to go out there and going to try and win no matter what. How is that person okay with sitting completely?
Because they have no choice in the matter.
I guess.
You know what I mean?
I guess.
Sitting out. sitting out. You're out.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay, so the Josh Jacobs thing was alarming. So I mean, I'm sure he's going to play. This guy's a warrior.
Yeah.
He's going to keep on gutting it through. But the problem is, he's not going to be as effective, and he's not going to play as much. So if I was Josh Jacobs' owner and it keeps on getting worse, I'd rather have him sit out 3 weeks than have to deal with starting him getting 9 carries.
Yeah.
And going 50% of the work share. I don't like that. Because turf toes are, dude, they're painful, bro. And it's like worse than it's worse than like a fucking broken ankle, dude, in terms of pain.
Took me, when I tore up my toe playing basketball, it took me probably 2 years to fully get, it's still not all the way right. Like it's still, I still can't bend my big toe on my left foot all the way. Like
crazy.
It's just changed for life because I didn't take the proper rest. And to be honest, if someone says that you can take 3 weeks off and get better, I don't know what type of I'm sure he has better medicine, obviously.
I would hope so.
But I don't, to me, this is a season-long thing.
Right. Yeah. That sucks.
Yeah.
It's like,
not that he can't play through it, but like, it's going to limit, because you would see him, like, the thing with Jacobs, man, when you watch him, dude, I think he's one of the better jump cutters in the league.
Yeah.
Like, when he's about to get tackled, he won't just, like, try and, like, finesse his way around. He'll go wham, and then do a jump cut, and it's very impressive. But he was also, that every time he did one of those moves, he was limping to the sideline.
Yep, grimacing at least.
So,
not good.
Drake is someone that, if you had drafted him, or even maybe
buy
low now, because Jacobs hasn't been ruled out, there's been only there's only been like murmurs about how hurt he really is.
An unsavvy player might feel Josh Jacobs scored 2 touchdowns last week. He's fine.
Exactly. Yeah.
By
Drake,
baby.
Yeah.
Steelers, there's really no, it's pretty basic shit. They're 3 receivers.
To me, the only guy is Claypool. Like, that's the only offensive player on the Steelers I want.
Well, there is a little nugget I read that Eric Ebron might miss the game. And that might contribute to why Freiermuth in his first game ever, rookie tight end, played more snaps than Ebron.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying if Ebron's out, for maybe DFS, maybe Freiermuth take a look because he might be 2,900 or I don't know what the value.
Probably even lower.
Really low, right?
Yeah.
So and if he gets all the snaps, if he was already playing 60%, Ebron out 80%.
You stack up your roster everywhere else.
Yeah.
You need
maybe do a Big Ben Freiermuth stack. I'm kidding. Yeah. Don't do that.
Hey, play. Yeah, we'll do 1-on-1.
All right. Next game here, we got Saints at Panthers. Both teams 1-1. Kind of a nice game here.
Yeah.
A couple X Factor teams that weren't expected. Division game. Right now we have Saints. This is Saints on the road. -3.5. Over under 44.5. So people aren't believing in the Panthers. Granted, they beat up on the Jets. And the score looked closer than it was. Mm-hmm. Remember, they were shutting them out for most of the game. Yep. They ended up scoring 2 late touchdowns, 19-14, I think they were.
Really good, yeah.
Darnold looked pretty well. Robbie
really
Anderson
turned it on, I think, in the second half. End of the first half.
He looked like a pro quarterback out there.
At first, he was looking a little...
And they have DJ Moore, my wedding DJ.
Robbie Anderson.
We had 1 catch. DJ Moore didn't have one of those. Oh, wait, he doesn't score touchdowns. No. He just DJs my wedding. So... I really hope he does come.
That'd be sweet.
Oh my god. I just neglect Erica the whole night, just be on DJ Moore, what's up, man, dude? Can I get your autograph?
Here's the thing, he's probably disappointing you at your wedding, like he's gonna disappoint you in fantasy.
I thought you liked DJ.
No, I'm just being
alright. So fantasy wise, can Jameis
go? I do like Jameis. I do like DJ.
Yeah. Can Jameis throw 5 more touchdowns? Probably not.
I'm not gonna bet him.
Can he throw 3? I believe so. I'll tell you what he will do. Throw over 31.5 times. Cha-ching!
I think so.
I have a $5 bet on it. I don't really care.
Yeah, to me... I'm sorry, were you down? Did you have any more points?
No. Just Marquez Callaway is going to bounce back for sure.
Okay, yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, to me, I'm curious to see which receiver steps up for the Saints. A big thing I'm curious to see how Robbie Anderson performs after that week 1. To me, it was a dud. It was 1 catch.
Yeah, he was really close to a gooser, dude.
Yeah, it's not 3 targets only. I didn't realize how much McCaffrey being out improved his
took McCaffrey's underneath.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't put together, but 90 catches, you average fucking 10 or 11 yards per catch when his career average is 15 or 16. Right. I think there's still big games for Robbie, but I don't see 90 catches anymore.
What I do see, this is what we saw last year. I see Christian McCaffrey getting hurt again, and I'll tell you why. It's because they're fucking morons and they give him 30 touches a game. Again, bro, he had 28 or 30 touches last game.
Yeah.
Why?
And my point, an argument I would say that here is, well, Mixon gets 30 catches or 30 touches,
Yes.
Cook, and they all get hurt multiple times a year.
And also, those McCaffrey's not built like Joe Mixon, dude.
Yeah,
Joe Mixon's 225 pounds, dude. But like Joe Mixon's closer to Derrick Henry than he is Christian McCaffrey. I know McCaffrey like put on some bulk.
Yeah.
But how much do you think McCaffrey weighs? 210?
Yeah.
Right, and that's like he's pushing to get 210. Yeah. He's like almost too bulky.
Sure.
And he's just again, small bones, bro. He's not a big guy. He's not built for the workload.
Yeah.
It's not smart. Like he'll be more efficient if you give him 22 touches. Like 28, if they're going to give him 28 every game, which is what they want to do, he's going to get hurt. I promise you, dude.
I think with
ankle, with shoulder.
With Darnold's arm talent back there, they don't need to dink and you're right. They don't need to dink and dunk McCaffrey 30 times a game. Like
too much.
Like Robbie Anderson already proved he could do that role.
Mm-hmm.
Take some if you want to do those same 4 or 5 yard little dinkers just to get a couple. Just do that with Robbie.
Chuba Hubbard is a pretty good backup.
He had like 19,000 yards a couple years ago.
Say I give him a little bit more of a role, and I say this now because I have CMC in one of my bigger leagues, $250 league.
Yeah. And
I don't want to have him hurt. Like it's nice that I get the 32 points in PPR, but what good is that if you only play 6 games? So please, the coaching staff, be smart. Derrick Henry is not human. That's why he gets all those touches.
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry doesn't get hit because you can't hit him. He hits you.
Yeah.
And he falls down. Christian McCaffrey, all it takes is a 260-pound linebacker, defensive end, landing on his shoulder. Derrick Henry's not going to, break his collarbone, right?
I mean, that could happen. The way you're describing it could happen.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that much more fragile.
No. But he, compared to the bell cow running backs, he is.
Usage, his body size, his profile doesn't historically doesn't make sense.
It's not Zeke. He's not Zeke, right? Zeke, those guys get the touches.
Yeah. With that said, I will say that I'm on the Panthers, almost a heavy lean. I'm this close to betting.
Well, the hook's nice, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a field goal game.
I think that based on last year, I think the Panthers' defense has improved. The Panthers' offense has obviously improved. The Saints are going to be riding high. Jameis is still a goofball, so I might not be 5
he is a goofball.
touchdowns. It might be 5 picks.
Yeah,
he's not focused. That doesn't say. Let me see if he's focused. So based on that, it's not a bet yet for me, but it's a little more of a heavy lean on the Panthers.
There is one concern though. Now they're playing in Carolina. Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of grocery stores in Carolina. So what if he gets busted for stealing fucking crab legs again?
Oh man.
I guess it's a worry in every town, right? It's he's an ex-druggie, and there's a nice alley for drugs in the city. There's these supermarkets everywhere. He's always every time he drives, he's Uber driver. Fuck, can I stop at that Jewel? Is there Dominic's over there? I hear they got some fresh crab legs.
In Carolina, I mean that's
it's close to the coast, baby.
It's on the coast.
Fresh crab legs in Winston. Huh. That's a deep fantasy take. It's probably unlikely.
As long as it's not the clams.
Is there a bet? It's not the clams. Is there a bet on that you can make on Bet Rivers? What's the odds he gets arrested again for stealing?
Yeah, I think so.
2-1.
Yeah. Well, it was expired before the season.
Oh man. Yeah. Next game: Broncos at Jaguars. Jags suck. So Broncos are -6 on the road, over under 45.
Yeah. I
feel like that line should probably be higher, but
Yeah, I would say it's a lean for me, Broncos, obviously.
Definitely can't take the Jags unless it's 10 points.
Over under.
Jags defense looks shitty.
I guess I'm leaning under.
Yeah, I got burned on betting the under.
I think Teddy is too efficient. If they start moving the ball, I think he can convert on 3rd downs and keep the clock rolling with those 2 running backs.
Fantasy angles here. We got Jerry Jeudy.
Well, to me, it's outside Jerry.
Yeah.
Who steps up now?
Well, I think let's just rip Jerry for a bit. He's out for 6 weeks. Rip Jerry. He's gonna be back at least. We thought it was.
I thought you were saying
no, RIP.
Yeah.
We thought it was season ending. So at this point, it's a win for us. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a Michael Thomas situation where he's not gonna be healthy. So take your time, get back healthy. Great player, had a great start, 7 catches or whatever in 2.5 quarters.
Yeah,
looked awesome.
He
great connection with Teddy.
He was on pace to eat. He was going to gain the freshman 15, sophomore.
Right, yeah. Well, I gained that, but so a lot of people are on Tim Patrick. I'm on KJ Hamler.
I less expensive, and it's to me I don't. Tim Patrick, I don't think was ever the answer. So for him to be the answer now, I think is silly. So I think if you can get the less expensive guy, not use a waivers priority on him, take a shot on one of them. To me, the production is likely going to be the same. I think Noah Fant is going to be the biggest beneficiary.
Yeah. So Tim Patrick last week played like almost all the snaps for Judy, and they kept Hamler in his role, which is the third or fourth receiver, third down guy.
Yeah.
That's probably more a game plan thing. That Tim Patrick's more of a pro. Hamler's played 1 year in one game.
Sure.
So Tim Patrick's more of a Cortland Sutton, big body. He had a nice year last year when he filled in. He had like 700 yards.
I had him on my fantasy.
He's just more boring. Hamler is the big play and also the slot guy. So he's going to get the little small screen passes, end arounds, like Jamison Crowder type role.
Okay.
But he also, unlike Jamison, can run deep.
Okay.
He had a 90-yard touchdown preseason. So I feel like give him a week of prep, they're going to have more of a built-in role for Hamler, and all three are going to play.
Yeah.
But I just like Hamler's talent better player.
All right.
But at least more upside, more unknown, and I like that.
To me, I can't speak specifically to their talents. I just think they're both going to have equal opportunities, and there's one that you have to spend literally nothing on.
There you go.
And
one you might have to use a waiver on, or you already had to.
Yeah.
So other than that, the Broncos backfield 50-50 split last week. Melvin Gordon had a 70-yard rushing touchdown, and I clearly said in our PP episode, Javonte Williams is one of my PPs.
This was awesome.
I was like,
the day
it was Thursday night we recorded it, and then next Sunday we released it on a Sunday morning.
Saturday was it Saturday? Or
it was literally within 12 hours of game time. And one of the reasons I like Javonte Williams, I was like, there's similar players. Javonte Williams just has more juice, which is true because at this stage of Melvin Gordon's career, he's never been a breakaway speed guy.
Yeah.
He had one 90-yard touchdown in his career ever.
Yeah.
Other than that, they're all like 45 longs every year. And I was like, well, if anyone's gonna have a 70-yard touchdown, it's not gonna be Melvin Gordon.
Of course.
Literally, first game,
yeah.
Not 68, not 72, an actual 70-yard touchdown.
What I consider one of the safer statements you've ever made in your entire life.
That's why I said it.
Blew up in your face.
It's the opposite of a crystal ball.
Well, that's why I'm just going to start fading you in the bets from now on.
Right. I think both running backs are going to eat in this game, and I like Javonte Williams to break out here.
Yeah.
I feel like he might have a... No, actually, no. Javonte Williams will not have a 60-yard touchdown this game, I promise you. All right, baby. Opposite crystal ball time. Yeah. Jaguars, I think we're going to skip over them.
They're...
James Robinson bounced back. Call it right here. All right.
You think so?
He had 64% of the snaps, but somehow Carlos Hyde out-touched him.
Looking on it, I don't know that Urban Meyer likes James Robinson. I think, here's why. I'll do a quick little thing. Because I was pro James Robinson.
I know you were.
The ETN thing.
Yes.
And as soon as, so they drafted a first-round running back when they had a 1,000-yard rusher on the roster, right? So I was probably going to whiff on that prediction, James Robinson over ETN. However, ETN got hurt. And what did they immediately do? They went and signed Carlos Hyde.
Oh, they already had Carlos Hyde.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had him before.
Okay.
So apparently Carlos Hyde was the feature back anyway.
Well, Carlos, maybe. Yeah.
Is it because he went to Ohio State? Like,
there was something, there's some sort of,
It's 11 years ago, though.
But my point is, it seems like Urban Meyer's finding every reason not to play James Robinson, right? That's just that's the vibe I'm getting. So,
Yeah.
You wait, Chad. It's Rob's turn. He raised his hand.
That's Brad.
Chad. It's the other kids in the class.
Oh, well, yeah. Our producer Brad isn't here.
He left his kid Chad.
Brad had a date.
Brad and Chad.
He's all going out with 3 girls at the same time right now. But so here's my thing: is if my bold prediction,
your wife, my girlfriend, and a prostitute. Yeah.
So my bold prediction is if Carlos Hyde gets hurt, you know who they're going to bring in? Maurice Clarett.
Oh my goodness!
Pull him off his couch or whatever the fuck he's doing. I wonder what he's doing right now. He didn't make much money.
Probably a fat line.
Of what? Everything?
I think what I meant is, I think he's on Broadway now. He's reciting his line.
Oh, not on cocaine?
No.
You don't have the money to do cocaine.
You think he's broke now?
I don't think he made any money.
He played a year.
2 years.
I mean,
$800K to a guy like Maurice Clarett, bro. That's going right.
I suppose.
Or, Jamarcus Russell.
Well, especially with his expectations for himself. I made it to the league. Now I'm going to get paid.
All right, we're not talking about the Jags anymore.
No more Maurice Clarett.
Okay. Vikings Cardinals. Whoa. Something moved down there. Vikings 0-1, Cardinals 1-0. Vikings are getting 3.5 points. And over-under is 50.5.
It's going down again.
Apparently it's going down again. 50 points. They're expecting kind of a shootout.
And that was 51.
Well, they're expecting it to be lower scoring. Apparently Kyler's bad. So we know both of our leans here. His is clearly Cardinals. Mine's still going to be Cardinals.
Mine's not quite as clear. It's a bet.
Yes. Mine's more of a lean.
Especially if you said 3? 3.5?
3.5. Fantasy takeaways. Justin Jefferson's going to bounce back. He had 9 targets, 5 catches. You saw Terry McLaurin had 4 catches for 45 yards the first game. What did he do the second game?
Yeah.
He 14 targets. So
more,
Thielen's going to be not as good. He's not going to have 2 touchdowns. If he does, he's going to score 18 this year instead of 14.
Yeah.
I like that. Dalvin Cook might get shut down because that Cardinals defense is for reals. Cardinals end. You're going to like this one. I feel like AJ Green. This is AJ Green game, right? Get him involved a little bit more. He played a lot of snaps.
So, yeah.
Give him the token free touchdown, like the little fade.
Token.
Yeah, Like okay. Hopkins had 2. Kirk had 2.
Yeah,
Let's get one to AJ.
I get it.
So I like that. Like for DFS, if you want a cheap guy, it's going to play, and especially it's going to be closer than what the game was.
Yeah,
definitely ain't going to be more of a blowout than the Tennessee game.
Be.
If it is, then the Cardinals are going to the bowl. All right, Falcons Buccaneers.
Whoa! You're not going to let me see anything on them?
You've said enough about the Cardinals.
No,
Go ahead.
Dude, you always mess me up. No. Honestly, I forgot what I was going to say.
Something on the Cardinals.
Let's just move on. Honestly, I forgot what I was going to say.
My bad.
No, it's not. I was joking. It's not your fault.
Falcons, Buccaneers. Buccaneers minus 12.
What?
I guess it makes sense. Well, they're at home.
I don't think I saw the line before that.
Yeah, home opener for the Bucs. Or actually, no, they were already at home.
I don't know that I've seen this line yet because that's
over under 52. Big. That's very big.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take the Falcons.
Probably. I don't think they're as bad as they showed. And the Bucs defense.
I think the Bucs are overrated, honestly.
Yeah, that's a big line, dude. That's a college line almost.
I'm already against the Falcons. I think.
A little spring.
No, at 12.5, I'll just do a normal bet.
It's 12, but it'll probably go up to 12.5, bro. Until it gets to 14, it'll probably keep on going up. Then when it gets to 14, the sharps will take Falcons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they'll never want to get to 14.5. That's you can lose by 2 touchdowns.
No, I think the resistance will come at 13 because that's
right, even number.
Yeah. Well, that is
takeaways.
Calvin Ridley's going to be better.
Say the same thing. Yeah.
Brady's not going to throw as many touchdowns. I don't think.
Gronk won't catch 2.
Yeah, I don't expect Gronk to. Gronk is going to fall back down to earth.
100%.
I think Godwin's going to do well. I guess what most people would want to know is what's your opinion on the Tampa backfield?
I think it's the Ronald Jones game.
Think so? Yeah.
I got to make up for the fact they benched him and he was feeling bad about a fumble. Want to know why he felt so bad about a fumble? It's because he's so gun shy about doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? He's got the strict parents that he says one wrong thing and they fucking hit him. Sure. And he's grounded in his room. He's got to wear a dunce cap, bro.
Yeah, I guess
he doesn't have the cool Pete Carroll parents. They're just it's all good, man. You tried weed,
And I would say that's not a attitude that's going to help a team win a Super Bowl. But he won a Super Bowl last year, so they know as long as they can get that confidence in him.
Yeah,
they can win. They just need him. So
right, he's a big part because guess what?
I like that call.
If and when Leonard Fournette gets hurt, which is a tradition unlike any other, Ronald Jones, they can't have Gio being there every down back.
Yeah,
it's got to be Rojo, man, and give the guy the ball.
I like it.
Especially since the line's so high. If they're blowing him out, they're not going to put Fournette in the game now. At that point, so
yeah. For me, I don't know if Rojo is maybe I don't know if it's necessarily his game coming up, but I think that's definitely someone that scored negative points in fantasy last week.
Yeah,
you might be able to scoop him up.
Bold prediction: Kyle Pitts 2 touchdowns this game.
Okay,
heard it first. Cowboys Chargers game I have money on. Chargers minus 3.5 over under 55. So that's a shootout. Big old number.
Yeah,
that's kind of a reflection on Cowboys offense and Cowboys defense. Yeah. So and if the Chargers against Washington was low, 20-16 or something. Pretty low scoring game, yeah. So
when Herbert made a good throw, it was a first down.
Herbert didn't play well.
Well, he threw
for fantasy purposes.
Yeah, he threw well.
Yes. Mike Williams played well.
Yeah, obviously.
So
trust me, I've been hearing about it.
Yeah, I've been talking about Mike Williams a little bit. I miss his dreads, but
Did you show me your tattoo?
I have my belt on, so I can't,
yeah.
it's on my butt.
Yeah,
Mike get a cock tattoo. I don't know. Do those exist? Do guys have cock sleeves? You know what I mean? Like sleeves on the arm, like the whole.
Oh, like Iverson sleeve? Like...
Yeah. No, like a tattoo sleeve.
Oh.
Guys get, like, the guys, when they run out of room for tattoos, some guys have so many tattoos. Do they, like, oh, well, I have this area, it's skin.
Yeah, I'd be so nervous, though. I think it would get small, so, like, I wouldn't have much room for a tattoo. Imagine, like, how the tattoo would
Well, you have to take
like,
Viagra to get it.
So you'd have to get it during the boner, but then when you, like, when it's soft, it's just a crunchy, like, you should get a xylophone on your wiener. Right?
Oh my god, this is a great cowboy strategy.
I think that's it.
How did we get to that? Yeah. Deep thing here for fantasy is Michael Gallup's out. We just actually talked about this. I picked him up in a league.
Yeah.
What the hell is his name? Cedric Wilson?
Cedric Wilson.
Yes. So he played every snap after Gallup went down.
Yeah.
He had 3 catches for 30 yards.
That offense, to not have a part of it's
nice part of it.
Especially like, free on the free agency wire.
Deep league or like, a DFS punt kind of thing.
Yeah.
Give you 5 catches for 60 and maybe a touchdown.
I like
it. Chargers, I love Mike Williams.
I know.
I'm going to love him every time.
Yeah.
Keenan Allen might find the end zone. Other than that, I want to see how the second running back spot,
Let me see, is Herbert going to throw, how many touchdowns is Herbert going to throw?
We only threw 1 to Mike Williams.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably 3 this game.
Let's see. That's what I'm curious to see.
I think Mike Williams up 2.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Titans Seahawks. Another game I bet. Seahawks are -6 over under 54. Another shootout. It's more of a reflection of the porous Titans defense they showed.
Yeah, which I think is an overreaction. Like
no one's talking to Kyler, bro.
Well, yeah, no one's talking about how the Titans getting their asses beat is an overreaction. Like their defense,
right?
That was Chandler Jones that won the game, just so everyone knows.
Yeah,
like it wasn't
single-handedly, man.
Like if Kyler really had 4 touchdowns in a competitive game, he would have had 400 or 500 yards,
right?
Less than 300.
So fantasy, leans obviously. I like the points for the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I love the Seahawks. I love Russ. I love DK more than anyone ever. Both those guys.
Yeah.
They could both eat, and they still ain't going to cover. Derrick Henry has a Derrick Henry game.
Mm-hmm.
A.J. Brown's going to make 1 or 2 big plays, and Julio Jones is going to get involved. Dangerous.
Oh, I apologize. I just wanted to make this comment about Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason I like, this is what I was going to say that I forgot about the Cardinals, is that the team last week, week 1 rather, that the Cardinals played, obviously have Derrick Henry, Tannehill, A.J. Brown, Jones.
Similar to the Vikings.
Yeah, Cook, Kirk.
Yeah.
Play action.
Yeah.
So my point is, if that pass rush can get
immobile quarterback.
If the pass rush can get to Kirk, because they love that play action, it could. That's why a big lean.
Dang, dude. Actually, a less mobile Cousins is less mobile than Tannehill. Right? He's more of a statue.
Yeah, my point is they play similar offense. They live on that play action. They're going to live off of the running back. You can slow him down. You can stop that play action. I don't know how they can score. Especially Cousins. I think Cousins can get frazzled a little bit more than Tannehill.
Yeah, because that's one of the rare games we've seen Tannehill look that bad.
Tannehill was so low early in his career and then was so high.
Yeah.
Like I don't think the ups and downs affect him as much, where Kirk Cousins,
in
his mind, has always been ascending. Like he's always getting better. He's always the best. So.
Right. So takeaways just for this game, real quick. Henry kills. I think Henry bounces back.
Yeah.
He should have had a touchdown last night. He had 2 plays on the 1 yard line. He didn't get in. I mean, again, Cardinals D, bro. How are you gonna do that? Who the hell stops Henry back-to-back plays? Doesn't happen, dude.
Stood him up.
J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt for sure, dude.
1.
That's a nice pickup.
Yeah.
I feel like Julio's going to have a big game. They're going to force feed him a little bit.
Yeah.
Get him comfortable.
Yeah.
The timing was just
I would
off.
say like a 7 for 70 game.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
70 for 75.
His over-under right now is 5.5.
Maybe a tutty.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't score touchdowns. So.
But you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to try and get him involved. I agree.
Seahawks, I can almost promise you DK Metcalf's going to have a 60-yard... No, hold on. He's not going to have a 60-yard touchdown.
He's going to have a 4-yard fumble.
Yeah.
I can promise you a 4-yard fumble.
Yeah, just big game for DK.
Yeah.
Usually Lockett has 1 big game every 4, and DK always has good games.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to eat, especially if they're losing a little bit. Like they're going to have to get him involved. I don't think Tennessee has a corner that could touch him. You know what I mean? Like, at all. There's no corner. Like, the
They
Colts
got-
have a solid secondary. I feel like they were bracketing him and putting their best guy. I don't know what his name is, but I know they have a solid secondary.
Sure.
Titans do not. They have Kevin Byard as safety. He ain't going to cover him man-to-man. He's, you know. And again, what happened with Lockett last week, obviously, let's not leave Tyler Lockett wide open.
yeah.
So let's maybe play a straight-up defense. If you do that against DK, you're going to eat.
Do you think if everyone says let Russ cook, do you think if they allow him to throw 30 to 40 times a game consistently, do you think that benefits Lockett or DK more?
Probably Lockett because he's more of a volume guy.
Yeah.
DK is fine with less volume because he's more efficient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, even though Lockett's super efficient too.
Just
yeah.
kind of a thought.
Right. It's going to benefit both.
Thought experiment I was going through in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think if they're throwing it 40 times, the possession guy, Lockett. But at the same, it's going to benefit both, but it's going to benefit Lockett more.
Yeah. All right. Sunday Night Football. Chiefs Ravens.
Almost done.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one. -3.5. Chiefs favored.
Get out of here, man.
Well,
I don't understand.
They're
that.
on the road.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think it should be more?
Yeah.
The Chiefs never cover though. That's why it's low, dude.
Fine. Thank you. Hopefully it goes down to 3, man.
Well, and the Ravens are 0-1. You think they're starting off 0-2? You think they're just done?
I think both the Ravens and Steelers are going to struggle to be over 500.
The injuries have really hurt the Ravens. Their morale might be broken.
Fell apart.
Yeah.
The reason I bet the Raiders Monday night was, one, the Raiders, the stadium thing, all that jazz. I that was my reason for betting them. Reason I was betting against the Ravens. They have to be demoralized.
Yeah.
Not only
Practice injuries.
Not only are they several key men down, just that going into that,
how they lost.
Well, they came out and they had some fight, but then they got punched in the mouth in the second half and they fell apart. As soon as Oakland got some momentum, Baltimore was backpedaling. And they play man, but they don't have any man defenders. It's imagine an offense that has a receiver.
Right.
They had Waller, and then they had to hurt Josh Jacobs, and they had Renfro.
Yeah.
And they scored 30-some points on them.
Uh-huh.
And Baltimore couldn't score points on...
Yeah, they have Humphrey, that's about it.
Baltimore couldn't score on Oakland or Las Vegas, and they lost their key defensive pickup in the offseason, Gerald McCoy, for the season done. He's gone, and they still stopped him and got forced to fumble.
And it's one thing to lose the amount of guys they've lost after week 5 in the trenches in the actual game. They lost guys in preseason and then 2 key players in a practice back-to-back plays. Now,
their starting running back and their best defensive player.
Yes. In war, you're going to lose some guys in battle. When you lose guys in the ship going to the battle because a dumbass pulls a fucking pin off a frag.
Did I ever tell you about the...
We got some more Stalingrad talk or what?
No, it's the when they stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Yeah,
right. The ships. Yeah.
Right. That's why I said it. But anywho's, I don't know why I always say anywho's. Anyways, is anyways better than anyways? What do you prefer?
I prefer you not to put too much thought into it.
Thanks. I'll just keep on saying anyways.
No one.
You do you.
Yeah.
You do you.
No one noticed it before you said it.
Erica always says, "Why do you say anyhoos?" I say it's because I always say it. Anywho's. Chiefs Ravens. He likes the Chiefs.
Love him.
Yeah, I mean, I like him to win the game for sure.
Yeah.
Bold take here. Lamar Jackson's gonna have 120 yards rushing in this game because that's the only way they're gonna stay in the game because they ain't throwing the ball. They can't run the ball.
Marquise Brown potentially out.
You said that. Not good.
They also promoted Devontae Freeman
and Le'Veon. Well, no,
Le'Veon still.
Yeah. But Le'Veon's gonna be active.
The funny thing is they signed Le'Veon first, and then Devontae Freeman. But now Devontae Freeman got promoted before.
Well, Le'Veon is going to be active, right, or no?
I think he's on the practice squad.
He's probably pretty fat.
No,
hodgepodge.
I thought about this. To me, Devontae Freeman is a guy that is still fighting for his NFL career. Is still fighting to make a roster. Where Le'Veon Bell was the best running back in the league for 2 years. I could very easily see that man going and be like, "I'm Le'Veon Bell."
Yeah, I mean, if I can be a backup.
Yeah, I'm Le'Veon Bell.
Right.
You sign me. You're gonna play me, right?
Right.
Nah. We got guys that are hungry.
Yeah.
We need
Murray.
We just lost to the fucking Raiders. We need some hungry guys out there.
Right.
We don't need a title.
I think Le'Veon Bell's hungry just for food.
I think he spent all his money on food earlier, so now he's probably hungry for a paycheck.
Any other takes on that game?
Chiefs by 17.
Okay, and I was saying fantasy-wise.
Chiefs by 17.
Okay, I'm going to predict a big touchdown from McCole Hardman in this game.
Oh, I guess so. Based on that, CEH bounces back. Yeah.
Let's go.
Hardman, you said touchdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of had 3 targets, 3 catches last game.
Well, you're hoping. You're hoping.
Well, the thing is, like the Chiefs weren't really throwing the ball downfield outside that Tyreek Hill play. They were dinking and dunking their way.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill had a game, man. That's
I'm saying like they're gonna take some shots this game because that's what they do against the Ravens. Remember last year?
Man to man, dude. Like this could get so like.
Yeah.
The Ravens playing man to man without any man to man defenders.
You can't do that.
This could get out.
All right, Monday Night Football, kind of a stinker. Lions Packers. Lions at Packers. Packers home opener. Packers minus 11.5.
Over under 48. It started off at 10 when it first.
So are the Lions going to be like 9-point dogs in every game this season and like cover every game?
I hope
so. And like the fourth quarter coming back with Swift.
The thing is, like the Niners were a bad team, and they were still fucking almost 10-point dogs to them.
Yeah.
Packers, obviously a good team last year, but just got demolished, and now they're double digit.
I feel like if the Packers won the game last week, the line would be the same.
I think so.
Because they're banking on like the fuck you factor that Aaron Rodgers was going to fucking run.
Yeah, they're but I don't know that Rodgers in the fuck you attitude.
Like, yeah. Well, he's more of a fuck Green Bay attitude, so.
Well, if you watched, I know this is, Rodgers is not the type to freak out or whatever. Like he built his whole persona around saying, I'm a cool guy. Right. Yeah. Now he's a surfer cool guy. Right. He's married to the movie star.
Now he's a surfer.
Yeah, he's a cool guy now. What was I saying?
It's like Dennis Reynolds when he calls himself a cool guy in the one episode. I used to be the cool guy, man. I used to be chill. I'm chill. I'm chill.
No, so what I was saying is, my point was, does he have that fuck you, like, I'm going to go out and prove you wrong? Because to me, like, we were talking about this in the offseason, he's already checked out mentally. Like, if things start to go sour for him.
Which did last week.
Like, let's say they lose again somehow to Detroit. Like, how much of the team is going to be like, all right, Rodgers, what the fuck are you doing, bro? If Rodgers comes out, has even a mediocre, if he doesn't throw 4 touchdowns,
right? He
throws, let's say, 3 but 2 picks or something like that, or 2 turnovers.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's like, what the fuck, dude?
He's not going to be spelling out relax.
Do you care? Like, do you care? Like I think this is an easy opportunity for 90% of the team to quit on the quarterback. And then the management's going to be like, well, now what? Because
Jordan Love!
Well, they're stuck with him. What do you do now? Like,
can't bench the guy.
But we'll see. If they win, then everything is right in Packer land.
They might win 38-10, and we won't be talking about this anymore.
Very good.
So that's the preview for next week. We're super excited about it. Yeah. If it's anything like the Thursday night game.
I'm sorry. On that, did you have a lean one way or the other at 11 and 11.5 or whatever it was? 11?
It's 11.5. I mean, part of me thinks this is going to be a blowout, but I think that the Lions are a freaking feisty-ass team.
I think this is a game for player props, right?
Yeah.
So we'll look into those. We'll have probably more definitive bets. Either we're gonna start looking into Twitter. I think we've been talking about that a little bit. Let's get that set up. But we want to make our information a little more consumable, like the direct information. Yeah. So we know not everyone likes all of our jokes and everything.
Well, we're also not Joe Rogan. That we don't have the brand to have 3-hour podcasts. Yeah. Well, I would like to.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to be in his situation, but we'll never be Joe. Yeah, that's not. I don't even think that's what we're.
You don't think I could take a bunch of roids and get a huge ass head and have like pointy nipples?
I think it's more like the $100 million contract he has. So I think that's the thing that we're missing. Because if we had $100 million,
I'd take a $100 contract.
Here's the thing: we don't have to give a fuck at all.
We don't.
So we just it's easy to talk for 3 hours about nothing when you have $100 billion.
Why is Goldfish not paying us?
They will be.
Torpedo.
They will be.
Rascal Flat gave us a shirt.
Oh, one more thing.
That's weird.
Yeah.